Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back for another total body construction workout. We're about to go through workout number 2. All right, same as the other workout. You're going to do 3 mini circuits. All right, so basically, we've got 3 different groupings. You're going to do one as a circuit, rest 60 seconds, do your second round, rest 60 seconds, and then get into your third round. Once you've completed your first grouping, then you will go into your next mini circuit. All right. And you're going to do the same thing for all 3. All right, so basically the exercises we're going to choose for the first grouping, we're going to start with a squat. All right, and for this workout, you're going to be doing back squats. All right, barbell back squats. Basically what you're going to want to do here, make sure once you're set up, bar on your shoulders. I like to go low bar squat. If you're more comfortable doing high bar, that's okay as well. Just do whatever you can do comfortably with your shoulder mobility or lack of shoulder mobility. So whichever you are, whichever you have. So basically the focus on these squats. Make sure once you're set up, I want to make sure your core is nice and tight. Spine rigid. Get your chest out tall and your shoulders back. Get those elbows pinched into your side. Really focus on supporting that weight. And the first movement once you're set up, locked in and tight is the hip hinge. So don't just bend straight at the knees. Make sure you're bending at the hips first. Bring your glutes back. Once your glutes start going back, then you can start your descent. Break at the knees and take it down as deep as you can comfortably go. Shoot for parallel. If you can do parallel comfortably, then stay there. If you can go deeper, then go deeper as well. Just whatever you can do comfortably, because the goal with this, you want to do everything correctly, but make sure you're doing everything that isn't going to injure you as well, doing everything safely, because preventive is what we're focusing on, trying to prevent any injury. So focus on doing these correctly. All right, immediately after doing the back squats, I want you to rack the weight. You're gonna go straight over to dumbbell deadlifts. So with the mini circuits, you should hopefully have these waiting. All right, it's just 2 exercises that you're gonna do first that utilize equipment. So you're gonna go straight to the dumbbell deadlifts. Dumbbell deadlifts pretty much is the same situation with your hip hinge. This is gonna focus a little bit more on your hamstrings and your glutes. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do here, break at the hips, get your glutes back again, then start your descent. Keep your torso upright as much as possible. You wanna make sure that you're really focused on bringing that glute back and not bending at the waist too much. All right, so drop into a natural descent. Keep your chest up, keep it nice and tall, keep a locked in core, and then drive back up. All right, so same thing, make sure you take your descent every single time focused at the hip first. Break at the hips, then descend. All right, and then take it to as deep as you can go comfortably, and then bring the weights back up. All right, here's the key with these workouts that you're going to be doing. This is total body construction, so it's just not resistance training. You're gonna do 2 resistance training exercises. Right after you've done this second one, you're gonna go straight into a metabolically boosting exercise. So what you're gonna do right after the dumbbell deadlifts are side to side jumps, all right? Side to side phantom jump ropes. So you're gonna jump side to side, 25 reps. All right, you should really have your heart racing at this point, especially after doing the 2 compound lifts. And then once you've gotten the side-to-side jumps out of the way, rest 60 to 90 seconds. I mean, it depends on your fitness level. Again, this being total body reconstruction, towards the end of these workouts, you're gonna be in really good shape. So if you're starting at a 90-second rest period, just make sure you're focused on progressions from week to week. So start at 90, then shoot for 75. Get yourself down to 60-second rest periods between these sets, and you're gonna be tremendously conditioned at the end of this program, all right, at the end of this month. All right, once you've done these side to side, this is where you would get your rest and do your second round. If you can only start with 2 rounds, then start with 2 rounds as well. If you're ready to go 3, then go all in at 3. But whatever you choose, 1 round, 2 rounds, or 3 rounds, do it in this sequence before getting into the next group of exercises. Next group, we're gonna start with your chest, all right? So for the chest exercise, we're gonna utilize, it's a little complex that I like to use. It's a chest fly. At the top of the fly, you're gonna get a nice good stretch at the bottom. You're gonna bring the fly together. At the top, you wanna squeeze the dumbbells together as hard as possible contracting that chest. This is an isometric contraction. You're gonna wanna hold that isometric contraction, all right? Once you've got them together, then you're gonna lower the weight into a bench press while still pressing the dumbbells together, all right? Get it down as low as you can and then press as high as you can. Make sure you keep your shoulders retracted though. When I say as high as you can, don't raise your front delts. All right, we're still trying to eliminate any front delt activity as much as possible anyway. So keep those shoulders pinned back, raise the weight really hard, focus on squeezing that chest as hard as possible, bringing those elbows together, all right? That's gonna help with a max peak contraction. Once you've done one rep, then you go into another fly, from the fly into another isometric contraction, and then another press. All of that equals one rep, all right? So you're gonna be shooting for 8 to 10 reps of this exercise. Immediately after doing that exercise, we're gonna go into a dumbbell pullover for your lats, all right? So when you're working your lats, the one thing you wanna focus on when utilizing dumbbells is really flare those elbows out to your side, all right? Also a key point, make sure when you're on the bench that you're pushing that lower back into the pad as much as possible and really engage your core. Really focus on contracting your core as hard as possible when you're bringing the weight back behind your head. What a lot of people tend to do is shorten the range of motion. So when they're bringing the weight back into the pullover, they're lifting their rib cage, getting that lower back off the pad. If you do that, you're shortening your range of motion, all right? So you wanna eliminate that as much as possible, and you can do that by just really focusing on your mind-muscle connection and really focus on driving your lower back into that pad throughout every single rep that you're doing, all right? Get a nice big stretch at the bottom, elbows flared out, bring the weight up directly overhead. All right, don't take it all the way over your chest. That's a little, you don't wanna go that far, just right over your head and then go back into your next rep, all right? Okay, here's the thing, as soon as you do that one, you've done your chest, you've done your back, now you're gonna get straight up and go into seal jacks. All right, so if you've seen any of my videos, you've done seal jacks before, but make sure you just do these as quick as you can for 25 reps. That's gonna help with the metabolic component, part of the conditioning that we're really honing in on with these workouts, all right? Okay, so once you've done that, rest your 60 to 90 seconds, do your second and third, all right? They're exactly the same as the first mini circuit. Once you've done those, we're gonna get into your last mini circuit, and we're starting with shoulders, and you're gonna be utilizing a unilateral shoulder press, okay? We're doing dumbbells. So basically what I want you to do is keep one dumbbell. Let's start with the right. Let's show you, keep your left dumbbell in your hand on your lap, and you're only gonna press with one at a time. All right, that's the unilateral work. It's also gonna help with your core stabilization. So really focus on keeping your core locked in and straight. Keep your posture as straight and upright as possible as well. Keep that lower back pressed into that back pad, and then drive the weight up utilizing a neutral grip, all right? Basically, your palm should be facing the side of your face, not away from you. I want you to utilize a neutral grip. It's a little bit better on your shoulders. And you're gonna do that with your right, and then you're gonna do the opposite. You're gonna hold the dumbbell in your right against your lap, and then you're gonna do the same thing with your left side, unilaterally working that left side, all right? Immediately after you've done both sides, go ahead and get up, and then you're going to go straight into a cross body curl. So on the cross body curls, you're gonna alternate these. You're gonna go one at a time, really focus on getting a peak contraction at the top of the movement. Really rotate that wrist out as hard as you can, all right? One of the key things you can focus on, one of the cues, is trying to get that pinky up higher than the thumb when you're in the peak contracted position. That's gonna help really rotate that wrist and give you a really hard peak contraction, all right? You're gonna do that with your right and then your left. I like to do it in an alternating fashion. So just make sure you do both sides equally. Once you've done that, you're gonna go straight into a close grip push-up. All right, for your close grip push-ups, make sure you're keeping your hands as close together as possible, but rotate those hands out slightly, all right? And also bring those elbows into your side and have them brush against your rib cage on the way down. And when you're pressing up, really focus on keeping a rigid spine, all right? It's gonna be easy to elevate your chest first. That's the last thing I want you to do, all right? I wanna make sure you're spine is rigid, you're keeping a locked core, and you're focused on driving with your triceps, nothing but triceps. When you get to the top of the movement, really contract those tris as hard as possible. All right, and you're gonna do that for each rep. All right, once you've done with your close grip presses, push-ups, then you're gonna get your slam ball, all right? I love the slam ball, very explosive, very powerful movement. The key with the slam ball, get it up over your head as high as possible, and then use your entire body to drive that weight into the ground, all right? You'll see a lot of people bring it up. They will drop their body first, then throw the weight to the ground. It needs to be one continuous movement to really get that full body power, the core activation. It's got to be one continuous movement. So a stretch and explosive movement into the ground. And you're going to shoot for 15 of these slam balls, all right? So do that, and this is going to do a tremendous job on reshaping your body, complete body construction. Like I said, you're going to be getting you're building muscle with all the resistance training, and you're going to be doing all this metabolic conditioning that's going to help strip that fat away as well. So guys, good luck with workout number 2.